So I've just gone out into the world as if it's Monday, but it's Sunday. So I'm going down the road, and then I realize, oh, this is Sunday. So all the errands that I plan on running right now are not going to be working out. So I just took a leap and drove by the lake and then came back home. Took a what? I don't even know what I just said. Anyways, so there's that. But on my ride back, I had this thought about just some conversations that I've been a part of lately. And it's sort of this thought that I want to share as a tribute to moms. Okay? I love moms. I'm a mom. I've already done the rounds on wishing the moms in my life a happy Mother's Day. Because, moms. Who can you not love moms? And recently I've had some conversations with moms. A group of moms and then individual moms. And something that came up in the conversation was, in particular, one mom that I spoke to was feeling really bad because she found herself sort of yelling at her child, but knowing that she didn't want to do that, but also unable to break the habit of doing so, even after she identified that that was something that she didn't want to do. And first of all, I just want to say, if you're a mom and you found yourself in the habit of reacting to your child when you don't have patience, when you've been pushed, when you've asked a million times, when you haven't been able to take care of your own needs and there's still more required of you before you can stop and feel your needs, I just want to send love out to you, patience, understanding for your situation, and recognize that that is a really difficult position to be in. It is very challenging to care for children. And it's completely understandable to get overwhelmed sometimes, or to feel frustrated, and to feel like you need a break, and to feel annoyed, and all of those things, right? So if you find yourself in a loop where you keep reacting in a certain way, but you've identified that as something you don't want to repeat anymore because it doesn't feel good to do it, I want to offer something the formula that I would use to get out of that situation. So first I'll preface this with that, I am a mother, so I also have had that experience. And something that happens is we kind of get programmed to our environment and programmed by the environment that we are brought up in. Now, you might say, well, my parents did this, this, and this, and I would never do those things. And that's right, because two things can happen. You can either unconsciously continue the patterns that your parents taught you by modeling them to you, or you could have at some point chosen consciously to design your operating system to do the opposite of what they were doing. Now, either way, if you have not healed the reason that you chose to do the opposite, or if you've not healed any emotional damage or overwhelm that came from them doing the certain thing, that will be anchored in you as an energy. So even if you're not doing the thing that you felt was harmful, if you're doing the opposite, chances are all your energy is tied up in the coping mechanism you've designed to avoid that thing. So either way, even if you don't follow in the footsteps of your parents, if you've been parented in such a way that it caused you to say, I do not want to be like my parents, or if you're completely letting it go in the subconscious where you haven't been able to actually look at it directly on why you are reacting the way you are reacting, you may identify that this was something that was done to you as well. So when this is the case, if it's something that's repeating, if it's a loop of energy, what it needs is to be released, to achieve balance, 0 point in the energy. And the way we do that is acknowledge it first. So however you're navigating the situation, acknowledge it. Acknowledge why you're doing that. Validate for yourself why you're behaving the way you are. I'm getting angry, and then it's just like happening automatically. Or I decided I will never do that, so instead I just walk away. Whatever it is, validate why you're doing it the way you're doing it. And also why you feel the way you do. If you can identify feelings throughout this process, take note of them. Accept everything as it is. Accept that this is the way you've been parenting. This is the way you've been handling the situation. Accept any regret or failure or sadness you feel, right? You're going to just like accept that this is the reality of how it is, right? And the reason we're doing that is because if we try to move away from that behavior without accepting it as it is first, we are going to be doing that thing where we're going to use all our energy to try to compensate. And we're going to try to adapt, but we will still have that anchor. So, after we accept it, we need to be present with whatever feelings are associated with that behavior. And be what we needed in the moment when that was happening to us. So every behavior that humans have is associated with a need. So so-called bad behaviors, or behaviors that perpetuate dysfunction, are associated usually with trying to get a need met. An unmet need exists and it needs to be met. And that need is going to be resolved by being present with any feelings that are tied in with the whole behavior. Now, if you're an adult and you've been kind of suppressing and denying or not acknowledging this your whole life, you may have ways that you hide it from yourself. Your ego actually may try to distract you just from this conversation and not let you look at it. But I encourage you, if you do want to resolve this, to be present. And that means being present to the degree that you're not thinking that you want it to be different. You're not thinking about the past, the future. You're just in this moment with the feeling and allowing the feeling to be here with you. Not trying to change it, not wishing it was different, not telling it why it was unfair that it happened, or why it will never happen again, or that you'll protect it. It's just presence. It's there, I accept it, and now I'm present with it. This emotion needs your presence. Presence is the equivalent of love. And when we react to our children, instead of being present with whatever they're doing, maybe they're having a fit or feeling overwhelmed, a meltdown, whatever they're doing, whatever behavior they're exhibiting. If we're unable to be present with it, it's very likely because we have not been given presence in the face of our own behavior of that sort. So that's why this is a passed along situation here. And by doing the work on it, and that the work is just what I just described, we actually break the cycle. And so we stop perpetuating that behavior. And then the next time that happens, you're going to realize that you're able to kind of keep your cool. You're not automatically reacting in that same old way. Now you have presence of mind, you have a bigger picture view, and you can see a range of options and ways that you can respond to the situation. And presence may be what is needed in the situation. You'll have to assess it for yourself, of course, because whatever behavior your child is exhibiting is showing you a need. They're creating the environment that will get them the need that they have met. That's what they're doing. And it will probably serve you too if you can respond to it in that way. Now, with all that said, there's a solution. If you have a solution, a similar adaptation that works for you, wonderful. This is meant to empower you and let you know that there is a way out of it. And also, remember that this is not about shaming or blaming self for how we have been. there needs to be full forgiveness, because when we know better, we do better. Otherwise, we're doing the best we can at all times. And our children were born to us knowing who we are. Like, on a soul level, this was an agreement where, okay, you're going to be my parent. This is the kind of energy that we're going to be dealing with. In our family line, this is what it's been like. Your child's soul knew that they were going to be a part of breaking this cycle. Okay? So there's no need to beat yourself up or feel guilty or bad. But if you do feel any of those feelings and you can't get them to just go, then it's time to be acknowledging those feelings, validating those feelings, accepting and being present with those feelings of guilt and whatever may come up around it, until you can feel like you are the one who loves you even when you have those feelings. And this is what it means to love yourself. And this is what it means to clear a karmic program, a looping energy that has been distracting you from being who you really are. And now you are free to act from your own heart and from your own discernment and your own understanding, your bigger picture view that includes who you are. And your behavior can reflect that. And when you do this, you become an example of having done that for your child. So you don't have to worry about any damage done, because a relationship of connection can be built over time of showing up for your child in presence, even if you haven't been able to up to this point. Beginning now can build that over time. You just keep doing it. And you keep doing it without the expectation that they have to show up in any certain way, but it will happen. Okay? Please don't be discouraged. Please don't beat yourself up. Please know that how it's been is how it was meant to be. And there's no point in the process of being alive and living and learning that you can't redeem yourself. There's always redemption. God has never thrown you out, right? There's always an opportunity for you to make a new decision about an old thing. And I love that about this universe, you know? And that is like the equivalent of mother energy, of unconditional, loving energy that eternally forgives, that is willing to be present, that understands that we are in a human experience and nobody's perfect, and this is hard, and there are densities and there are wounds and there are avoidance strategies and all kinds of manipulation tactics that can come about when a child doesn't get what they need. And when we bring that behavior into adulthood, and we're dealing with it amongst each other, sometimes it turns into a war. But at no point is it too late to realize that and to withdraw from that behavior and decide to give yourself what you need instead, and to heal and redeem yourself and make a new choice about an old thing. There is presence, which is love. It's eternal. It is just being. That's all it is. It's just being. It's full acceptance, neutrality. It's 0 point. I'm not judging this. I observe that this is an existence. And that's all. And my observation of it with my open heart and my non-judgment is an alchemy. It happens automatically. My love transforms. Just me putting my focused love and presence on something gives it the opportunity to transform. And if it's not ready to transform, it will run away, and that's okay too. Okay, mothers, so much love and respect to you and the jobs you do. Thank you, thank you, thank you.